It's the post-race press conference from the Denver Supercross. Congratulations to Jason Anderson, Malcolm Stewart, Marvin Muscan on the 450 podium. Jason, I'll start with you. This is now 3 in a row. I mean, you're on fire. You definitely found something, and doesn't seem to be slowing down. What was today like for you, just with the environment? Again, being close to home for you as well, but just to get that win and then keep that ball rolling.
Yeah, it's pretty surreal right now. Being close to home at Denver. This is my first time here. 3 in a row. I feel really good. I feel like I'm riding well, and it's nice to be clicking off these wins. It's yeah. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I don't think anyone would have put me in this position, and it's nice to just prove it to myself that I could still do it. And having one of the best seasons I've ever had is awesome. So I just want to keep it going.
Awesome. Congratulations. Let's go with Jason Wygant, Racer X.
Yeah, I'll go to you, Jason. We probably ask you this question every week. If you're riding better than ever, specifically on these type of conditions, these slick conditions, do you feel like you have an advantage on this type of track? Did you have a little extra confidence because of that?
This track was tough because I do feel confident that I can ride it very well, but at the same time, you got to put yourself in a good position, because if you're in the back of the pack, there's some moments. You saw, to be honest, I dodged one moment whenever Chase fell on that thing, and his bike was like, his rear wheel came out. I kind of clipped it with my foot peg, but luckily I was able to avoid that. But as far as these conditions go, I mean, I think everyone's pretty good on what they grew up on or things like that. And for me, I'm from New Mexico, and it's not the the most moist dirt or anything like that. So I think I thrive pretty well in these hard pack conditions. And tonight definitely was nothing short of that. And I think everyone on the track, I don't think anyone really went wide open. Everyone was like quarter throttle, just trying to get traction to the ground. It was really tough, but still, it was a good race.
Jamie with Moto X Pod.
Yeah, this one goes to Malcolm. Currently moved into 3rd place, and I believe you've got 12 podiums on the season. What do you take away from the season, and one to go? Obviously, that 3rd place is really important to you.
Yeah, like I said, the whole goal was to just be inside the top 5 every round, and we'll see where the end game is. And now that we're sitting 3rd in points, it's a good feeling. But we still got another round to go, so anything can happen. So far, this is my best season so far. It's been going really well. So just to make a whole change and stuff is awesome for me.
Yeah, I think I said 12 podiums, but I meant 12 top 5s. But yeah, good job.
Thanks.
Michael Antonovic, live in attendance. Go ahead.
Thanks, Daniel. This one is for Jason. We're at the end of the Supercross season now, but even this week at your house in New Mexico, you're still pounding out laps. Where are we at right now with the plan going into this finale? Because most of the time we get to this point, everybody's just done. So how much is Supercross and still learning this bike and getting the work done for next year right now important?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm still trying to make progress. I'm still trying to make bike changes to have consistent progress with it, because this is the bike I'm going to be racing next year. And right now I think I'm as race fit as I'm going to be before, going to A1 next year. So I think for me, I think it's fresh in my brain. So I really feel like I'm still trying to make strides forward to be able to have my bike set up to avoid maybe some of my crashes or my mistakes that I've had this year. I think we haven't been making huge changes, but they've been little ones that have been making us be able to move forward. And for me, like, I still honestly got to stay on it because this bike's so new to me. I haven't rode much outdoors on it. So everything is first time for me, and just trying to, just keep the ball rolling. So still striving to be better and be here have the bike ready for next year's Supercross and trying to get ready for outdoors.
Michael Lindsay, Vital MX.
My question's also for Anderson. Hey, Jason, it's really easy to now look back, or basically at the end of the season go, it was a great choice to go to Monster Energy Kawasaki, having, as we've all talked about, you've admitted probably your best racing season ever. But back being a year, yourself, Malcolm, and Eli, oddly enough, you guys basically did a little musical chairs with your teams. For a few of you from the outside, it was considered a gamble. Looking at now, it's easy to say that it worked out, but at the time you did it, would you have been able to look ahead and see, like, were you confident enough in the change initially that these results don't surprise you, or is it even a shocker to you that the season has come around this well?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're looking from the outside looking in with people's perception of me and my results last year, I was basically damaged goods. But personally, with everything I got going on and what I have left in me, as far as the effort I want to put forward, being in an environment that is really good and we work together well. And for me, I've only been with one team for my whole career. So going to a new team that had new guys, like my mechanics new, crew chiefs new, I think the only thing that was the same was my practice mechanic. And switching all of that up is very overwhelming, especially because I'm a person who is very set in their ways. And like I said, like right now I'm comfortable at Cowie, and I really don't want to even leave that situation until I'm done. But you never know. You never say never, because like I said, you saw where I was for so many years. But I needed a change, and I knew what I had left in me. So the results. Would I say I thought I would have this many wins? Probably not, but I knew I'd be a guy on the podium, and I think I would have been challenging for wins, and I knew I had to give it a shot.
Brad Gephardt.
Thanks, Daniel. Brad Gebhardt, Big MX Radio. This one's for Marvin. Marvin, you seem to have had an uptick in results as of late, especially a podium today. What changes did you make to the motorcycle to feel more comfortable on that slick dirt?
For today, you mean?
Yeah.
Obviously a better tire on the rear for the main, because I always use a different tire than most of the guys. So good thing I did that change going into the main. So besides that, yeah, I wish we could have made a bigger change to be more comfortable. I mean, I think no one was really very comfortable. It's just very, very tough conditions. So I made obviously the best out of it with a bad start and good opportunities during the main. But to be honest, it was a pretty quiet main for me. So nothing exceptional, but to be on the podium is good.
Great, thanks.
LeBig.
Yes, Stefan Legrand, LeBigUSA.com. That's a question from Malcolm. Malcolm, what do you think is going to take for you to take that first win? I mean, there's one race left. I mean, what do you think is going to take next week for you to be on the top of the podium?
Just honestly starting up front. We've been doing the same thing we've been trying all year long. So it's not easy. We've been itching and scratching for a while, and it's definitely in the works. I guess I would say it's one slip, and all it takes is just the right moment to get that first win. And we've been close. And honestly, I'm so close. It's definitely one of the things that I want to accomplish for a goal for myself this year. But again, it's one of those things also too that you got to take what's given to you. And there's been plenty of times in my career, my past, where I probably could have won the race and thrown away and things like that. But, obviously going into things this year, it's just more about being consistent and just moving forward. So you got to start small. And obviously the goals is to hit podiums, and then podiums turn into wins.
Revista Moto.
Hey, thank you, Daniel. Hey, Jason, on the post-track or post-race interview on the track side, you said it was a bittersweet moment for you. Can you talk a little bit about your prior races where you had some entanglements notably with Malcolm, with Justin Barsha? Do you look at those as unforced errors on your part, and it would have changed the outcome of this season and this championship?
Yeah, 100%. I think obviously, some of the stuff that happened is definitely unforced errors on my part, and just all of us in general. We're just trying our hardest, and sometimes the egos maybe get in the way a little bit. But I really think that I put my best foot forward. There were some mistakes that I had. I really think Detroit was the one that really kind of, put a fork in it for me as far as, the championship and the points and everything like that. And that was completely on me. That kind of was tough. And that was honestly tough to kind of bounce back, the next weekend and stuff like that. But yeah, it's if I'm being honest, I felt like my speed and stuff was really good and good enough to be able to take this thing all the way to the end. I think it's just Eli played it really cool, and he took opportunity when opportunity was there, and if it wasn't there, he kind of stuck to his guns and just kept doing his thing, and that's where he beat me. and that's part of it. That's part of racing, but we love it, and we'll come back for more next year. So it's cool.
All right, thank you.
Live in the room, Aaron Hansel.
Aaron Hansel, Racer X. This one's from Marvin. Marvin, you've been vocal about not having anything lined up for next year in terms of a team, but you've been putting some good results in lately, and I was just wondering if that has helped with any new developments on that front for you.
I think so. I mean, it has to. I know it's been, I want to say a tough year for KTM. You know, we had a new bike, and the first few rounds has been, the whole season has been a little tough. But the last few rounds, I've been feeling a lot better with the bike and enjoying riding. So it's a good progress, and changing my whole program this year. Trainer and environment and everything. Just it was a test for me to see if it will help me to keep racing. So definitely did. I changed a lot, and to be honest, I didn't know if it was going to work. But yeah, putting in good results right now definitely help for the future. I mean, things happen for everyone, but to be first KTM rider right now is definitely. I mean, I don't want to say a good thing, but for me, yeah, it is. So we'll see what happens for the future.
Do you have anything in specific that you're working on right now with the team or with anyone else?
Yeah, for sure. Well, we started talking about doing the same program for next year. So nothing has been decided, and it's. I kind of want to say still early, but the next weekend will be my last race of the year. So pretty unique moment for me. You know, I've been racing outdoors since I moved to America. So I've done 12 seasons of outdoors. So it's gonna be weird not to line up. But at this stage of my career, it's probably. I mean, I kind of want to say a good decision, or maybe not, but at least it's something that I wanted, and that's the opportunity that I had too. To be honest, it wasn't looking like too good last year, and I had the opportunity to have a Supercross deal only, and I went for it. So far it's been a decent season for sure for me at this stage of my career, and being 32 years old, I'm not going to complain. You always want to do better, obviously, but you never know. Those guys, the young riders and really talented guys, and the level of competition, to still be out here and healthy and on two wheels, it's paying off.
Nick with Moto Limited.
Thanks, DB. Yeah, let's go to Malcolm Stewart real quick. Malcolm, day races, night races. We've seen 3 day races now. What's preferred for you, and sort of the reasons why, and how much it changes your routine during the day?
Waking up at 5:30, that's a start. But the good news is I'm a fisherman, so I'm used to getting up. But for race day, it's a little different. So I feel like that racer sleep, you don't really sleep that good. So when you got to be here at 5:30, you're like taking naps between practices and stuff just to catch up. But I think the day races is kind of cool. It changes it up a little bit. Usually most of the riders catch flights out Saturday, that afternoon or whatever. So you're home all day, Sunday to chill, and you get to sleep in your own bed. So that's a plus. But I think sometimes, there's nothing cooler than racing under the lights. You know what I mean? I feel like that's just like the crowd is a little bit more there. But this Denver crowd this weekend was unbelievable, especially with Eli, clinching it here. So again, it was cool. Just cool to change it up. But yeah, I'm in a half house with it. I guess I don't really care either way as long as we're racing. As long as it's not raining either. I'm not down with the rain.
Thanks, Malcolm. Cheers.
2 more. We'll go with Michael Lindsay, and then Anton, you can finish it out.
This question is for Marvin Muscan. 2 weeks ago, Marv, I believe it was, we asked you about outdoors. You kind of touched on your last question, just very simple part. There's been a lot of fanfare around the news that your longtime teammate Dungey's coming back for a couple rounds outdoors. Crowley coming over. A lot of speculation on who is riding outdoors for Red Bull KTM. In the last 2 weeks, have you been offered to ride outdoors at all? If so, why did the decision no, or has it not been placed in front of you?
Well, my position is since October, my mind is set to, be a Supercross deal only. So I feel like this is it is what it is, and I went for it. I mean, that was my position. So and that's what I want. So yeah, maybe if I want to race outdoors, maybe, but. That's a lot of guys on KTM's right now, so I don't know if there's enough bikes. Besides that, no, just it was my. I mean, it was the deal that I had, and then that's the decision I made. So we'll go for it. Yeah.
Michael Antonovic.
This one is for Malcolm. You're in the opposite program that Marvin's in because you're getting ready to do the Nationals for the first time in quite some time. And to LeBig's point also, like, you're just going to keep building and doing these things on. Looking at where your career is about to go, full-time racer, 2-year deal, how do you feel as you get ready to take this next step after quite some time of not doing it? We've talked about it for a while, but it's go time now.
I think I'm going at 7 years of not racing outdoors. That's a long time not to line up, but it's one of those things that I haven't done in a long time, and in order for me to make that decision, and I felt like if I am gonna race outdoors, I want to at least be able to train with Alden and have a full year deal and be committed. So the past I guess I'd say 7 years I was kind of switching teams, Supercross only, things like that, or some of the teams I was on that didn't only do Supercross only. So to take this opportunity to be able to race outdoors is great. And I mean, we've been riding outdoors just as much as Supercross now, just because of the last couple of rounds, and I kind of felt like that kind of helped my corner speed today. So it's fun, to switch it up, and we got like I said, we have a good group of guys back home now already getting ready for outdoors. So we'll be back riding outdoors this upcoming week, and then we go to Salt Lake, and we'll be lining up at Paula before you know it.
Awesome. Congratulations, guys. We'll see you in Salt Lake. One more.